Have you ever found yourself pouring your heart into a relationship, showing up, giving everything you could, bending over backwards to make someone happy, only to feel empty in return? That somehow, no matter what you did, the love you got back never filled the space you needed it to. And maybe you've wondered, why is it that some people seem to be loved without even trying, while others have to fight tooth and nail for the smallest hint of affection? If you felt that sting of quiet disappointment, here's the hard truth. Your relationships may not be bad luck or a string of coincidences. There's a pattern, and today you have a chance to break it, because the problem isn't out there. It's not that you simply haven't met the right person yet. It's rooted in the way you see yourself, your worth, your boundaries, your sense of what you deserve. Until you shift that inner perspective, you'll keep searching for love in the wrong places, settling for crumbs when you deserve the feast. The good news? The moment you understand this, you stop chasing love that needs convincing and start attracting the kind that feels natural, mutual, and real. Carl Jung once said, "Until you make the unconscious conscious, it will direct your life and you will call it fate." That single sentence explains one of the most powerful forces shaping our lives, especially in love and relationships. If you've ever felt starved for attention, if you've found yourself in relationships where you have to work for every drop of affection, it's not bad luck. It's not just that you keep meeting the wrong people. The truth is, every person who walks into your life is a mirror. They reflect the parts of you that are still unhealed, along with the deep, often hidden beliefs you carry about yourself. The way people treat you is never random. It's an echo of how you see yourself on the inside. If deep down you believe you're unworthy of love, you'll be drawn, often unconsciously, to people who confirm that belief. If you fear abandonment, you'll gravitate toward partners who are emotionally unavailable, keeping you in a constant state of uncertainty. If you crave validation, you'll find yourself chasing people who withhold it, making love feel like a prize you have to earn. And here's the part most people miss. None of this is happening to you by accident. Your subconscious is pulling you into these dynamics for a reason. Not so you can endlessly ask, why are they treating me this way? But so you can start asking, what are they showing me about myself? Because until you transform the way you relate to yourself, your worth, your boundaries, your expectations, you will keep attracting people and situations that replay the same old wounds. When you finally bring those unconscious patterns into the light, something incredible happens. The cycle breaks. You stop chasing the kind of love that hurts and start naturally attracting the kind of love that feels safe, mutual, and real. The original wound, where your need for love really comes from. Love should never be a prize you have to win, but for many of us, childhood taught us a very different lesson. The way we were treated growing up quietly shaped how we see love and how we see ourselves. If you only felt loved when you met certain conditions, I love you if you behave, if you get good grades, if you never talk back, you absorbed a dangerous message without even realizing it. Love must be earned. This belief doesn't just disappear when you grow up. It buries itself deep in your unconscious. As adults, we keep playing out the same script. We gravitate toward relationships where we have to prove ourselves by being flawless, endlessly available, endlessly patient, endlessly self-sacrificing. But here's the hard truth. Real love is never the result of performance. If you carry the belief that you must do something to deserve love, life will keep giving you partners who confirm it. You'll meet people who make you feel like you're always one step away from being enough. The cycle only breaks when you stop chasing love as something to earn and start receiving it as something you are already worthy of, simply because you exist. The shadow, the hidden part of you that shapes every relationship. Carl Jung spoke of the shadow, the hidden side of our psyche that we avoid, deny, or bury. It's the part of us that holds our insecurities, fears, impulses, and emotions we've been taught to suppress because they make us feel weak, unlovable, or not enough. The problem is, the more we reject our shadow, the more it leaks into our lives, especially in love. That inner conflict doesn't stay hidden. It plays out in our relationships, shaping the kind of people we're drawn to and the way they treat us. If you hide your sensitivity, you'll find yourself with partners who can't meet you at your emotional depth, leaving you to bottle it up even more. If you fear rejection, you'll be drawn to people who withhold reassurance, because deep down, you still haven't learned to reassure yourself. If you fear abandonment, you'll unconsciously choose partners who trigger that fear, keeping you in a constant state of anxiety. This isn't punishment, it's a mirror. Your relationships are showing you the exact parts of yourself you've yet to accept. The shift happens when you stop treating your shadow as an enemy to be hidden and start embracing it as a part of who you are. When you can hold your fears, flaws, and sensitivities without shame, you stop attracting people who reflect that shame back to you. Because when you finally accept all of yourself, you create space for a love that accepts all of you too. How to radically transform your relationship with love. 1. Recognize your repeating patterns. If your past relationships have left you feeling undervalued, unseen, or unloved, start by looking for the common threads. Do you keep ending up with partners who make you question your worth? Do you often feel like you're giving far more than you're receiving? When the same dynamic keeps showing up, it's rarely just bad luck or a string of toxic people. It's a sign that your relationships are mirroring deep, often unconscious beliefs you carry about love and about yourself. And until you identify those patterns, you'll keep playing the same role in a different story. 2. Stop seeking validation. Outside of yourself, the love you receive from others will always mirror the love you give yourself. External approval, whether it's praise, attention, likes, or recognition, is nothing more than a reflection of your internal relationship with you. When you value yourself, protect your boundaries, and embrace every part of who you are, flaws included, you naturally teach the world how to treat you. People respond to the standard you set for yourself. True confidence doesn't come from applause or approval. It comes from knowing your worth without needing anyone else to confirm it. 3. Embrace your shadow. Stop hiding your emotions. Stop cutting off parts of yourself to be acceptable to others. Your shadow isn't just the home of your insecurities, it's also where your hidden strength, creativity, and untapped potential live. When you acknowledge your fears, your vulnerability, your anger, and your desires without shame, they lose their grip on you. You stop being controlled by the parts of yourself you've been running from, and the more authentically you show up, the more you attract relationships built on truth, where you're loved for who you are, not for the mask you wear. 4. Break your attachment to past pain. Your past disappointments, betrayals, and heartbreaks do not define your ability to love or to be loved. Yet many of us carry these old wounds like armor, thinking they'll protect us from being hurt again. In reality, they become chains, quietly shaping how we see love and how we allow others to love us. Clinging to past pain keeps you living in the same emotional loop. It colors your expectations, closes your heart, and makes trust feel dangerous. The way forward is to release it, not just by forgiving others, but by forgiving yourself for the times you stayed too long, accepted too little, or ignored your own needs. Your past is not a life sentence, it's a lesson. And when you finally set it down, you create space for a kind of love that isn't defined by fear, but by freedom. 5. Take full responsibility for your love. Love is not a scarce gift that others can grant or withhold. It's an inner resource you carry within you. The moment you stop waiting for someone else to complete you or fix your emptiness, you reclaim your power. Stop blaming partners, circumstances, or timing for your lack of fulfillment. Love begins with you. How you care for yourself, how you honor your own boundaries, how you create space for joy and connection in your everyday life. When you take full responsibility for your own love, you stop approaching relationships from a place of need and start approaching them from a place of abundance. You no longer depend on someone else to make you feel whole. You share what you already have inside, and that's the kind of love that not only lasts, but grows. 6. Learn to love without fear. Fear is love's quietest but most relentless enemy. Fear of rejection, fear of getting too attached, fear of losing yourself. When fear is in the driver's seat, it shapes your reality. You either keep people at arm's length to avoid pain, or you enter relationships weighed down by anxiety and doubt. The antidote to fear isn't recklessness, it's trust. Trust yourself enough to know you can handle whatever comes. Trust your choices, knowing you've learned from your past. Trust life itself, understanding that even heartbreak can shape you into someone stronger and wiser. Love will always carry risk, but it's also the most transformative, life-affirming experience we can have. When you stop fearing loss, love stops feeling like something to protect or control and becomes something to experience fully. That's when it feels free, light, and real. 7. Stop needing, start radiating love. Love isn't about taking, it's about giving from a place of fullness. When you enter a relationship with a sense of lack, hoping someone else will fill the emptiness inside you, it doesn't create love. It creates dependency, and dependency always leads to imbalance, fear, and disappointment. Instead of waiting for someone to bring you love, become the source of it. Fill yourself with joy, kindness, and compassion. Nurture your own heart until it overflows. Then give freely, not to earn love, not to secure someone's approval, but because it's who you are. When you radiate love without attaching strings or conditions, you shift the energy of every interaction. You stop chasing, you stop clinging, and love begins to find you. It returns in the most unexpected and beautiful ways, often when you least expect it. 8. Let go of expectations and control. Expectations are hidden demands we place on love, and they almost always lead to disappointment. When you expect your partner to act exactly how you imagine, love you in precisely the way you want, or fit your perfect mental image, you create pressure instead of connection. True love can't be micromanaged. It's not a contract with a list of conditions. It's a living, evolving experience. When you try to control it, you choke its natural flow. But when you allow people to be who they are, without forcing them into your script, you open the door to genuine intimacy. Let the relationship breathe. Give it space to grow and change. The less you cling to rigid expectations, the more love will surprise you. With its joy, its ease, and its ability to expand far beyond anything you could have planned. 9. Make love a way of life. Love isn't just about romance or your partner. It's a state of being. It's in the way you speak to yourself, the way you treat others, and the way you meet life each day. Love is less about grand gestures and more about the small, consistent choices you make. When you choose to see beauty in the little things, when you feel genuine gratitude for what you already have, and when you give warmth without expecting anything in return, love stops being something you chase. It becomes part of who you are. And when love lives in you, it naturally flows into every interaction, every relationship, and every corner of your life, turning it into something richer, softer, and infinitely more meaningful. 10th, let love be natural. Love is our original state. It flows effortlessly when we stop resisting it. The more we try to do it right, avoid mistakes, or secure guarantees that a relationship will last forever, the more we trap love in a cage. Love doesn't thrive under control, rigid rules, or performance. It withers there. When you let love breathe, without fear, without forcing it into a mold, without trying to meet someone else's checklist, it returns to its purest form. It becomes light, free, and unforced. The truth is, love doesn't need to be chased or clung to. It doesn't have to be perfect to be real. The most beautiful relationships grow naturally when we stop trying to control the outcome and simply allow love to exist as it is. Alive, imperfect, and true. The final truth. Love isn't something you have to chase. It's something you already are. It's not hidden in another person's approval, nor does it depend on someone choosing you. Real love begins the moment you understand that it lives within you. When you love yourself without conditions, everything changes. You stop suffering in relationships because you no longer measure your worth by someone else's behavior. You stop fearing loss because you know nothing essential can be taken from you. You stop needing someone else to make you feel whole because you already are. The love you've been searching for all along has never been missing. It's been quietly waiting inside you, ready to overflow. And when you truly see this, the world shifts. Relationships feel more natural. Loneliness fades. The emptiness you once felt fills with a steady warmth, a light that no one else can dim. If you enjoyed this video, subscribe to the Eternal Wisdom and follow us on Telegram. Thank you for watching.